almost New Year. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm on my Facebook here. Good morning. Happy almost New Year's. Please go ahead and type in where you're tuning in from. Looks like we've got about 72 people tuned in right now, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you. You guys are my favorite people in the whole world. I'm going to share a little bit of a recap of 2022, and of course, I'm going to cast some vision for 2023 and share some things that we're working on, things that are coming out, things that we're going to, all the 2023 things happenings. And then I just want to talk about business in general and all the things that are, I think for a lot of you that have been here from the beginning, some of this is going to be things that you've heard before. So not a lot of new information as far as, I believe that people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. And some of what I just want to share with you from my heart is stuff that a lot of you have heard before, but it's going to be a good reminder because we have so much to look forward to, and I have never been more excited than what I am right now. There's a really great scripture. Let's just dive in here, guys. And I'm seeing we got 144 comments. Guys, you're on fire. We are going into 2023 on fire. Let me just tell you, 2022 was a challenging year, and but what good is all the great mountaintops and all the great successes and the incredible things that are going to happen without the tough stuff? Because I believe that the tough stuff in business is what makes us, and that's what I want to talk about today. And I'm going to share some story too, but guys, it was a challenging year, but guess what? We've ended 2022 more profitable than the year before. We have accomplished incredible things, and we are stepping into 2023 with data, with an amazing team of people who are implementing and integrating, people who I've learned so much in the last 2.5 years. We've been in pre-launch, really. It's been 3 years, but 2 years as a network marketing company. There's been some incredible learning that's happened, but let me just tell you, every single business that gets to where they want to go, which is what we're going to talk about as well today too. We started this for all of you that have been here for years. You know the story. I started MIG and Herbal Alchemy because my heart cry was, I want to build $1 billion company so that I can change the world and leave a legacy for my family. And the reason we went into network marketing was because I want to give you guys the torch to change the world and leave a legacy for your families. And so what we're doing here is we are building a legacy company. We are building something that requires a foundation so big to handle the we're moving towards. And I was just talking with somebody not too long ago. I say this kind of all the time because I'm like, man, if people only understood what it takes to build something large and successful. It takes years of digging in the dirt and building a foundation. And we cut corners by starting off already having 10 years of history. So we went straight into our first year as an 8-figure brand. No network marketing company does that. We went straight into our first year with 3,000 ambassadors, alchemists, right? 3,000 people ready to take charge and ready to take on the world. Well, there's a great scripture that says, do not despise small beginnings. Guess what? Because we all have to start somewhere and we all have to build from a certain place. And so as far as the company goes, guys, we are primed and ready with amazing data and an amazing team to continue implementing the vision, which is we are going to the top. We will be number one. I didn't start this business to be number two. And that's like, I'm like a broken record saying that over and over and over again, right? We are in this to take over the entire functional beauty space, to give people their power back in their health. And also, I want to just tell you guys, probably expect about a 30 to 45 minute, since this is kind of like we're laying the foundation for next year. I don't want to cut it short, but if you do have to hop off today, you're always welcome to catch the replays. So, okay, so we're ending 2022 more profitable than than when we started. And so I've always said that we are debt free and profitable, and every year, miraculously, we have continued to grow year over year. We've never gone backwards, and I believe that's because we have something very divine happening here. And because we are a data-driven and a systems-driven company. And so our infrastructure, we've continued to implement infrastructure and systems that are going to help us handle the kind of growth we're moving towards. But let me just tell you, to build what we're building, it takes time and it takes heart. And so I'll dive into that here in just a minute. So 2022, we and I think in the new year, in this first week or so, I'm actually going to go over numbers and data, like more of the technical things that I know some of you want to hear. But I can tell you that we are going into 2023 ready and on fire. And so here's where I want to encourage you. Guys, the process is the progress. I was I've been thinking about this so much, and you've heard me say it in different ways, but I was doing all this organizational stuff with the boys yesterday. I've been like decluttering the house, and I believe in order to grow to the next level, you need to get your house in order. I want to get my house in order, like more organized. I'm organizing my office. I'm preparing my space for growth. I'm getting my heart right in areas that maybe I've struggled more this year. I'm taking a look within, and I'm saying, who am I becoming? Who's the woman that has to, at the helm of this business, that I have to become in order to build $1 billion company? Where am I missing it? Where do I need to grow? What books do I need to read, right? Where have I needed an attitude adjustment? Whatever the case may be. I'm looking internally and saying, how do I need to grow? And I'm preparing my space for that. And then I was thinking about all the times that I've worked with the boys, and I'm like, guys, let's get the kitchen clean. Let's get this project done. Let's go from here to here, right? Let's go from this level in our business to this level in our business. Let's go from a dirty kitchen to a messy kitchen. Hurry up, let's go. Come on, guys, like, let's go. Let's get the closet clean. Let's get your kitchen, your bathroom, your bedroom clean. Right? And then yesterday I was doing this, and I thought, the boys were playing music. We were laughing and playing and working. And I thought, man, I've spent a lot of time forcing transformation and missing the process that can happen along the way to get to the end result. And it just hit me yesterday. I'm like, I've said it in so many different ways, but as I'm watching the boys, I'm like, we're going to get the kitchen clean. The bedrooms are going to get clean. But what happens in the 2 hours that we spend cleaning the house together? Are we improving ourselves? Are we learning how to take joy in the process and enjoying work? Are we learning how to work as a team? Are we building connection and memories in our family as we do these things? And all of a sudden, I pivoted my focus again from end result to process, to what are my goals in the next 2 hours with my kids, so that when the end result comes, we are better for it. We don't just have a clean kitchen. We created memories. We had fun together. We laughed. We had, I had some hard conversations with the boys yesterday because there were some attitude problems that came up as we were working. And I'm like, guys, conflict is going to happen. You will always have conflict in life, whether it's when you guys get married. My boys, they talk about being married all the time. Benjamin, just the other day, he was like, I can't wait to have somebody to call babe, because my husband, Nathan and I were like, babe. And he's like, I can't wait to have a babe. And I'm like, boys, you're going to have, whether it's in business, whether it's in your marriages, you're going to have conflict. It's not the conflict, and it's not the hard thing that matters. It's how you resolve it. That's what counts. And whenever there's conflict, don't be afraid to approach conflict. And so I had to talk to one boy and say, okay, here's how you address your brother, with respect, with kindness, and with honesty and transparency. And you don't make you statements. And okay, other boy, this is how you respond when you're being corrected by your brother because you've wronged him and you need to make it right. And so by the time we ended up, it was a 20-minute conversation in the middle of all this working. And by the time we were done, I could tell that they were edified, they were encouraged, even though there had been conflict. And by the time we were done with our day, we had clean rooms, clean bathrooms, clean closets, clean kitchen, and we had memories. We had listened to music together. We had danced together. We had conflict resolution and teachable moments. And I'll look back on yesterday. Gosh, this makes me emotional. I'm like, my boys, they're growing up so fast. And I know all of you who have children, don't take for granted the season with your kids. Don't take for granted what we have even right now in this season of business. The new seasons are always going to be more challenging in different ways. And what the challenges that we have a year from now are not going to be the same challenges we have today. Guys, there are things in this season business that makes me want to pull my hair out, that makes me want to be like, ah, and trust me, I've done that. I've pulled my hair out. I've thrown my laptop across the room. I've been frustrated but guess what? How I've always approached these opportunities is they're opportunities to grow. They're opportunities to find the holes. Like, we want to poke holes. Give me the data, not the drama. And I want to encourage all of you, whether you've just come in to this whole world of herbalism and herbal alchemy, or you've been here from the very beginning, I want to encourage you that we're right on course. We have started ahead of the curve. Most companies take 3, 4, 5 years to get to where we were in our first year. Just think about that, an 8-figure brand in our first year. And then we've had learning, because churn is always part of the process, right? Not everybody is gonna stay, but as we've looked at the data, I understand now more than ever what's causing churn and how to plug those leaky holes in the bucket, right? And so I'm going into 2023 more fierce and on fire than ever before, because we are doing the thing. Whether you can see it in front of you or not, we are on track, doing the thing, and we are making a difference. I get messages every single day from people who are using our products, who are getting paid, who are making transformations. They're doing things for their families they weren't able to do before they had an opportunity like this. Their health is transforming. And I can't wait to tell you guys more about the products that are coming down the pike. I've always said it, home, health, and self. What we're working on right now, I've been working with I'll share some vision with you guys right now. And I don't want to leave this conversation. This is an open loop right now with what I'm talking about. The process is the progress. But you all know that I started off in January of this year with a health concern. And I've had thyroid challenges I've been on medication for 18 plus years. And then, back in 2015, my doctor told me, you have an autoimmune disorder. And so in this process in January, kind of almost a health crisis, I took things to Mach 10 to the next level, and I reversed my autoimmune. This is not a medical claim. I'm not telling you that anything we're doing here is going to treat or cure diseases. I just know that I took it to the next level. And it inspired me even more to do what I'm doing. And I'll tell you too, and I haven't shared this part of the journey. I haven't talked about this very much really with anyone. It makes me a little emotional, but I think we're here to share our hearts, right? Type in the comments if you're, if this is resonating with you. But last Thanksgiving, we had about 40 people in the house, family, friends. It was amazing. And the baby was in his crib, and I came out from being out, we were out in the field and we were doing all these fun things. And I came inside, supposed to be taking a nap, and I'm in there. And my mom had just put him down for his nap, but he was crying. And I went in there and he was vomiting profusely. And at that point, he was what, 9 or 10 months old, so still pretty tiny. And he was vomiting and vomiting and vomiting and vomiting. And to the point where he was almost passing out. And I've been in school for naturopathy, and so I'm like doing all my research and what's happening to his body. How do I help him? And then he got sick 3 more times this year where he wouldn't eat. And so for the last over a year now, Noble has not really gained weight according to like the trajectory. He has struggled with gain, he struggled with his appetite. And I have been doing all these different things naturopathically to help him boost his appetite, to gain weight. And I've been having some serious breakthroughs, but I share this because I want you to know, like, what I've been thinking about so much is I understand the pain that moms, women, and men, and people and children are going through, whether it's in their own personal health or they're struggling to find answers, or they're facing a medical diagnosis, or or they just want to feel beautiful. I understand that too, guys. I'm 42 now and my face is changing. You guys are probably like, whatever, but I'm like looking at the small changes and I'm like, I've got more wrinkles than I did a year ago. My face and my body's starting to droop in new places. And I get the struggle of, I want to stay young looking. And so I'm going into 2023 with my heart, the deepest part of the core of my soul and my heart, connected to this idea of solving problems and helping moms reduce stress, find answers, and find a home here, a community of people and women who are going to cheer them on. This has been a really hard year, just breaking ground on the land. We planted an entire orchard and a whole garden, and guess what? 90% of my garden completely failed this year. I think a lot of you know that. And I had an abscess and I had a tooth removed, and so I have to get an implant now in my tooth. So all these things that have happened this year, the challenges in just figuring out supply chain and shipping challenges and all the things that we have to overcome because we're growing and because there's growing people stuff, and how do we figure out the leadership stuff, and how do we help leaders navigate leading and growing in this industry. And so here's the thing. We're going into 2023 with data and a plan for systems and infrastructure and product development that's going to meet the needs of the population. But we're also going into 2023. You have a founder here who is not disconnected from the world, who's not disconnected from the pain. I've had to pull myself out of doing a lot of like front work, like seeing you guys all the time, because I've been hardcore in the business, working in the business. And I'm super excited about some of the people we're going to introduce to you all that are coming on as integrators and implementers, so that I can get back into content and working on the business, in the weeds so much, because I have a message for all of you. And I want to see you achieve your destiny. And I want to see you take your health back and transform your body and get the results that you're looking for. Weight loss is another big thing. We're not a weight loss brand, but certainly in my healing process, detoxification of candida, of parasites, of heavy metals. I did a heavy metal detox. I got rid of all the metal in my mouth with a biodentist, all but one more. I still have one more thing to do. And all of this contributed to the healing transformation process for me. I didn't take a pill. And this is one thing I think it's really important for everyone to understand in our brand. Great. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to just lose weight. There's all kinds of ways to just like the quick fix. But we want to help people get those quick fixes, but we also want to take you on a lifelong journey of transforming your body and your soul, getting your heart in a place where you understand, hey, listen, you have a dream, you have a purpose, you have a calling on your life, and you're supposed to do something really important here. And but guess what? It also starts in the home and taking joy in what's happening. And that was one of the big lessons for me in the last couple of days that I've been thinking through, like, so much of what I'm doing right now is trying to encapsulate memories, because my oldest is 14, he's going to be 15 this year. I have 3 years left before he's an adult. He's considered an adult, right? And I'm like, every moment matters. Every moment matters in my business with all of you. So a couple of things. One is we've done well this year, guys. We have an incredible, solid business that is debt-free and profitable. Why is that important? Do you know how many billion-dollar companies right now are getting shut down or having to make major changes that affect their field because they have a board to answer to, or because they have investors to answer to? We don't have any of that. Guess who I answer to? All of you and your customers, right? So you guys get to help shape the future of this company. We get to meet your needs. We're not worried about a board or a board of, a board of directors or a bunch of investors. We care about what our customers want and what our ambassadors want and need. And we're going to meet those needs, and we're going to make data-driven decisions, and we're going to keep on doing what we're doing, building systems and building infrastructure and building a road that people can run on, find home here, and win. And so all the things that we have coming down the pipe right now, improve and increase what we're doing. It's a process, guys. Take joy in the process. The process is the progress. Every challenge that we meet and we come up against, we look at the data and we say, how can we plug that hole? How can we fix that thing? How can we remove that irritation? I'm constantly looking at, like, what really makes people unhappy here. We got to fix that. Let's fix it fast, and let's keep moving forward fast and keep making strides and being the best. And so guys, as we're continuing to break ground and continuing to build momentum, when momentum happens, who was it I was talking to? Maybe it was a movie I was watching. I don't even remember. Was talking about, like, how long. Oh, I was watching the Mr. Beast documentary. There's some language in that. It was on YouTube. But Mr. Beast is pretty fascinating. He's this 25-year-old kid with like 150 million followers or something on YouTube. Crazy. Anyway, the boys are like, you gotta watch this documentary. And I was like, none of us have seen it. And I don't think most of his content has language, but I was like, oh, there's language in here. But the story was fascinating because he started at 14 and he's now 24 or 25. And he's just, like, in the last couple of years just went, but he talks about how he was throwing things at the wall and trying and testing, and for years had like 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, 3,000 followers, and was not making any money. And then all of a sudden, like, momentum started to hit, and it was like this, and he went, and that's how it works. And so what we have to do here as a unified team, as we're building a unity driven family, and I don't know if that's even the right word, but a collective of a gathering of people. We're building somewhat of a society here where when people come into what we're doing, they need to feel your love for them. And it's hard sometimes. We're in a people business. People can sometimes be difficult and challenging. That's part of leadership, though. Guess what? We love people through it, and we continue to grow. Every time I'm frustrated in the people stuff, I look at myself and say, how can I grow? How can I continue to encourage and build up people? Remember what we're doing here. We're building people. Okay, so here's some things to look forward to in 2023. Let's close the loop on this. The process is the progress. Whatever it is that's happening in your business right now, in your family, in your own personal soul, I will tell you too, coming out of being on the farm, like moving away from Colorado to Tennessee, I have felt disconnected from myself. It's really strange. Like, I've never felt that way before, but relocating, it's like you pull up your roots and you still have like dirt attached to your roots. And there's like this shaking, and you kind of get some of the dirt off, and then you put yourself in this other location. And it takes time to grow roots and build and feel connected and feel at home. And that's been a process for me personally too. And so there's been all these different challenges and just things to overcome. But the key is that you always keep moving forward and don't uproot yourself. Don't continue growing roots. Guys, come into be here and be here. And know that it's going to take time and it's going to take a process, but it's well worth it because the prize is always worth the price, right? You've heard me say it a million times. We have all the right things happening here, all the right things. We have the right heart. We have servant leaders. We did all this data stuff with some consulting firms this year. And one of the things in their interviews with our field, they were like, wow, we have never come across an organization like yours. You have servant leaders who care about people. And that's really the magic right there. That's the winning key thing is, guys, if we can keep our heart pure and keep our heart for people intact, and the marketing strategies are going to come, sales, all of it comes and it happens. And you just got to stay dedicated, and you need to have a plan for growing your business this year. We've got some really cool things coming down the pike, even with some of our ambassadors doing some like trainings. Some of our ambassadors are investing heavily in mentors who have already gone there and done that and been at the top of companies. Invest in mentorship. That's one of the fastest ways to grow. You can either pay for growth with time, or you can pay for time growth with money. And hiring a mentor, that's one of the things that I did to accelerate growth, is when I joined Russell Brunson's inner circle. And I've hired mentors over the years. And now I'm at a point in my life where I have a one-on-one mentor who I invest heavily into, but he's already built built a $1 billion company. So it's amazing. Like, I have this one-on-one interaction with a mentor, and all of you guys need to have that too in some way, whether you're in a mastermind or you're, at the very least, you should be listening to podcasts and reading books from successful people. Be careful who you listen to going into this next year. Don't listen to people that aren't growing, that are staying the same. Don't listen to toxicity. Separate yourself from toxicity, have boundaries, and get so dialed into the vision and to the goal. And just be willing to do the work, even when it's hard, even when it's not doing, even like something Mr. B said, it's like you spend hundreds and hundreds of hours doing something and you get these little bit of results. And then over time, as you improve and as things continue to grow, you're going to spend hundreds and hundreds of hours and have these results. And then you're going to spend less time getting these results, right? That's how growth works. That's why it's so important. Don't uproot yourself. We've got solidarity, we have community, we have growth, and the vision is not $1 billion company just for the sake of $1 billion company. It's because we want to impact millions of lives. We want to see you guys having the choices financially that you want to have in your life, in your businesses, in your families. Hi, baby. So I have a window. I try to stay focused and get into the zone, and like, little boys are always coming to the window. So guys, okay, let's close the loops here. I had a health journey. I had a health crisis. I've been in a health crisis with my son, and I'm on the other side of those things now. Noble's completely transformed. His whole even his skin tone and like his weight, things are starting to majorly transform, and I'll share more details on some of that stuff. My health completely transformed. I'm getting back down to pre-baby weight by doing some of the things. I've created a whole methodology that we're going to dive into this year. We've got the accreditation. Did I tell you guys? Did I show you? Here's one thing. Okay, this is to certify the accreditation of the herbal alchemists. So basically we're creating this whole accreditation or certification program that is going to be accredited by the American Association of Natural Wellness Coaches. It's huge. We've got PhD, and naturopathic doctor, and all these amazing signatures on here. They've looked at our curriculum and they've said, yes, this passes the test. And by the way, nobody else is doing this. I'm going to talk about this more in the month of January as we prepare to launch the certification program. The certification program, by the way, is not going to be a distraction from your business. It's going to help you grow your network marketing business, and it's going to help you grow as a professional if that's what you choose to do. And it's going to help you grow your bottom line. So I can't wait to share more about what's happening with this. But listen, guys, we have all the right things in place. I've gone through a major transformation in my soul, in my heart, with moving and health and everything. And I'm operating right now from a soul level, from that place of I'm more passionate than ever of helping women solve their problems, their physical, body, family problems, and their financial problems. I get it. We're gonna help people. We're gonna keep helping millions and millions of people. Let's close the loop on where are you right now today at New Year's Eve, going into the new year? Have you established the vision of who is it that you see yourself becoming, and what is it that you see yourself doing? Get committed to the process. And many of you already are. And forget about the toxic stuff. Forget about the things that might weigh you down and hold you back. Let go of those things, release them, have boundaries, and move forward. Separate yourself from the negativity and grow. Guys, your growth is up to you. It's not up to corporate. We actually have everything we need right now. Every single one of you have everything you need right now to grow. We don't have to wait for anything. We don't have to wait for a certification program. We don't have to wait for new products. I grew from a zero to a multi-million-dollar company with old packaging and all the imperfect stuff. It comes down to our will to win and enjoying and taking joy in the process and having a plan, and systems are important at this stage. So my vision for 2023, this is where we're going, guys. I plan to double the company. So I believe that we can double customers, that we can double ambassadors, and that we can double everything. Team, I want to see you guys doubling whatever you have right now, at the very least doubling. And guess what? We've got a couple of years. I know we're going to be in momentum at a new level this year. And my goal right now is how fast can we get to critical mass safely? Because some companies, they fail in the critical mass phase because they don't have the foundation right, or they don't have the systems and infrastructure. But we are building that. We are having that. That's all happening. So we're going to handle it, and we're going to do it amazing, and we're going to change the world, and we're going to be the #1 functional beauty company in the world. It will happen. We will be the Apple of functional beauty. We will be I love Under Armour, their whole their whole branding and all the things that they do. Like, we will be that of the functional beauty world. It will happen. We have no choice but to be #1. It's the only way to go. Okay, guys. So there's so much more to share with you. There's so much more to talk about. And one more nugget that I want to share with you is one of the things that we're doing this coming year that we're going to set the pace for is we're going to build from event to event. So we're going to have quarterly events, whether it's a regional event or a national event, and we're going to have a leadership event once a year that you have to be at a certain rank in order to achieve that being able to come to the event. And then, of course, we're working on incorporating, for all the new people, we want them to earn a trip to the farm. So we're working on all of those things. So there are so many fun things. When I think about herbal alchemy 5 years from now, or even a year from now, I think about relationships, and I think about not just amazing products and profitability and like people getting paid amazing, like all that stuff. Yes. But I think about the relationships where we can't wait to come together. We can't wait to get in a room together and learn and grow together. We can't wait to um, share story and share hearts and sit around a campfire and drink hot herbal tea and just talk and share and grow together. So um, being in this with your tribe is so important. And so let's look towards 2023. The process, the process is the progress. Take joy in getting from here to here. In all the pain, in all the trials, in all the joy, take joy in all of it. Because, guys, guess what? We have no choice but to win. It will happen. We will reap a harvest so great if we do not give up. And that's not even an option. It's not even an option. So I'm thankful for all of you. We're ending the year really well. And we are doing the thing and we have so much to look forward to. Let's keep building and growing together. Let's keep bringing people into the fold here. People are looking for hope. We're hope dealers. We're world shakers. We're life changers, and we are alchemists. We are chief transformers. We take those things of little value and we turn them into gold. And we take those things that are ordinary and we make them extraordinary. That's what we do. That's why we're called alchemists. So I love you guys so much. Our family, we are here to serve you. We are here to answer to your needs, to the cry of your heart. And I am more excited than ever to keep raising the bar and keep meeting those needs and filling those cups. And I love you guys so much. You're amazing. Have an amazing new year. Let's take charge. Let's light this world on fire. Have a plan, set your goals, and get to work and don't give up. Okay? I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we'll see you all in the new year. Much to look forward to. Happy New Year.
returning from phone calls, make a dinner.